Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's Daily Source. This is the show where I meditate and then I tap in, give myself the guidance that I most need to hear, and share it with all of you. And then at the end, I post myself a powerful question, something to ponder that is going to give me whatever revelations I want to have. So this is again my first or second Facebook Live. I have this thing side angled. I don't know if that actually works or not. It looks kind of funky on my phone. We'll find out. But regardless, let's tap in and see what's coming through today. So what do I most need to hear for my highest good and for the highest good of everybody else involved? Anger is a defense mechanism for you. And at the times when you find yourself angry are the times when you are going to get the most benefit out of asking yourself what underlying fear, insecurity, or illusory reality or projected future are you reacting to? So the reason you use anger as a defense mechanism, and again, when I say you, everybody, I'm talking to myself. I watch these later and get the advice for myself. The reason you use anger as a defense mechanism is because it's easier to puff up and push out than it is to look in and introspect. And so when you hear about things happening out in the world, or when negative things happen in your life, first reaction of anger is a lot easier because it's like fight or flight mode. And since you often can't flight from the things in your life, you decide to fight because it feels like it gives you power. It feels like it gives you control. And that's really what the ego needs to feel safe. It needs to feel like it has control over its reality. That's why the ego will keep you in the habits that it keeps you in, even if they don't serve you fully, as long as there's a level of control there, right? So recognize that when you are getting angry about something, there's really a deeper level of growth available to you by looking at what am I afraid of in this situation? What am I concerned about? And specifically in your life, it really relates a lot to being liked, accepted, and loved and appreciated. So when you don't get those things in the way that you want them from others, anger is the first result. Like the other day when you were driving in your car and someone honked the horn at you, what'd you have? An instant flare of anger. Why? Because that person was doing something that says, I don't like you, which makes you angry because you want everyone to like you. Right? So the puff up is compensation for the truth of that you want to be connected to and tapped in with and in harmony with all beings. And when someone shows up or an energy shows up that says you're not, what are you talking about is your response, but that's covering up that insecurity for you. So look at that. Okay, pretty intense to share on Facebook. Love these new live streams. All right, what else do I need to hear? Is there anything else? Yes, have compassion with yourself as you're uncovering things, especially now that you're sharing it all out in the world. And yes, I'll put out my backlog of 60 episodes that's sitting on my hard drive at some point when I get the time. But for right now, I'm just going to do these things live. And yeah, it's way more vulnerable when you're doing them live. I can feel everyone else's energies. I'm not in my own space anymore. Cool. All right, have compassion for myself. Anything else I need to hear? Not really. Just enjoy the ride is the words I'm hearing. Awesome. All right, powerful question to pose for myself today. Why is it scary to be fully seen in this world? Why is it scary to be fully seen in this world? And in understanding that and the underlying context, what freedoms are available to you through the integration and the, say, the evolution of that fear? Cool. Well, if any of you are vibing with that question, you can go ahead and post a comment below. I'll post it in a comment below after I get off this. And that's it for today's Daily Source. And sending you tons of love, tons of good energy, tons of positivity for your day. Make it an amazing one. And I'll see you again soon for another Daily Source. Probably tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody.